Rebecca Stevens from Workbrighter here. I wanted to help you this week with a challenge that a customer came to me with about 3-4 weeks ago, which was could they change the pass marks on their sifting criteria, and what were the potential issues around that. Their main problem was that there weren't enough people coming through to the interview phase, considering the number of vacancies they had. So they were getting a lot of pushback from the hiring managers that they were worried they weren't going to be hiring and filling all the vacancies because they felt they weren't seeing enough people, even though the people they were seeing were good quality. So they were looking at, do we change the pass marks? Do we lower the pass marks in the sifting? And there are some key risks here that you need to be aware of, which I thought I would share with you. Firstly, legally, can you change the pass marks? Now that depends on whether you're running a rolling campaign or a fixed campaign. So you need to consider that and talk to someone in kind of your HR legal team around whether you can change pass marks at that point. The other thing is that if, for example, with my client, they had a numerical test as a sifting tool. So if you remove or lower the pass mark, then actually what's the impact later on? If you retest their numeracy later around the interview, they may just fail, or it may be that once they join, that actually becomes a real issue in the role. So do you really want to be dropping your standards in terms of things like numeracy? The second thing is that, or the third thing I should say, is that interviewers can become quite disillusioned if they're faced with candidates who aren't very good quality. It makes them feel that the sifting isn't working very well, and it makes them question the interview, it makes them question the recruitment process, it disengages them as an interviewer. So actually it can be a misnomer that having more people to interview is better. So I would just kind of flag that as that's quite a big risk, and also the time that they spend interviewing, you want them to be interviewing good people. So actually good people is more important than lots of people for interviewers. And then finally, just to kind of bear in mind that once they're in the role, if you have changed your standards in the sifting part of the process and they still manage to pass an interview, they potentially may need more support, more time, more training once in the role, just because you've changed the kind of standards of the person that you're wanting in. So what I would say is just kind of make it really clear to the hiring managers what the impact is of changing the pass marks, and whether that's a risk that the business wants to take. So that's the debate you need to be having. You can find out more at workbrighter.co.uk/secrets. Thank you.